Okay.
Have you ever wondered how some teams are so successful? It's because there's a fearful, driven, and effective leader behind them. Today, I'll be talking about the communication skills needed in a leadership role in a team setting. You may or may not be a leader of your team, but by knowing the ways to be an effective leader, you will be able to help the leaders of your team or be motivated to become a leader. After being asked to show more leadership qualities by my coach on the field, I decided to research tasks what it takes to be an effective leader. I will explain the communication skills needed, the 2 techniques of leadership, how primary leaders of sports teams lead, and a few tips on becoming a better leader. First, there are some basic communication skills needed to be an effective leader. On February 27, 2013, Charles Farmer wrote an article called Communication Skills for Managers and Leaders for the website of his company, Corporate Coach Group, that he started in 1997 to give advice to people on how to get the most out of themselves. Farmer describes the cost to achieving success is the communication skill of the individual leaders, their ability to formulate great sentences that will affect the minds of their listeners towards the positive, and it will remain in their memory and resonate courage long after they were first heard. There are 6 main communication skills needed for a leader to be effective to their team. First, their ability to set out the goal or target to be hit, their ability to communicate the plan of action that will be successful and capable of achieving the goal, the ability to communicate delegated actions or who is doing which task, the ability to give constructive feedback to the people who are not performing up to par and to get them back on track, the ability to give praise and appreciation to people who are doing a good job, the ability to communicate the need for change, adaptation, refinement, and flexibility to satisfy conditions while remaining faithful to the overall goal or plan. Now that I've established the skills needed to be an effective leader, let's look at the different techniques of leadership. There are 2 specific types of leadership that are most applicable in a team setting. The 2012 book titled Leading Your Team was written by Graham Young, an owner of a business training company. The first type Young mentions is functional leadership. This technique focuses on the task at hand and functions that are needed to be done in order to complete the task, all the while the team is involved. The second type is situational leadership. This technique focuses on balance between the concern for the achieving goals and the concern for the team members and the relationships between them. Now let's see how we can apply the communication and leadership skills in a sports team setting. The primary leaders of sports teams are coaches. Dr. Sharon P. Misasi, Dr. Gary Morin, and Lauren Kwaskowski wrote an article entitled Leadership, Athletes and Coaches in Sport, which was published in the Sport Journal on July 1, 2016. In the article, the coach's role is analyzed. Coaches must complete a variety of tasks, including planning practices and game strategies, organizational tasks, and mentoring athletes, all of which include teaching fundamental skills and tactics along with effective communication skills. The article also describes what it takes for a coach to be effective. Effective coaching occurs when athletes meet intentions and expectations while finding their own needs satisfied. Effective coaches are concerned with maintaining good relationships with the members and winning the game, match, etc. There are always ways to improve your leadership skills. Here are a few tips to look at when leading a team. Brent Gleason, a former Navy SEAL and contributor to Forbes magazine, wrote an article entitled 5 Ways to Lead Your Team More Effectively that was published in the magazine on February 18, 2015. Gleason says that leading an elite team takes persistence and consistent pursuit of personal and professional development. The 5 tips are: create an environment of leadership at all levels, make the team feel safe, actively manage through adaptive change, be a servant to your team, and always eat last or sacrifice for your team. Today I've discussed the communication skills needed to lead, the 2 techniques of leadership, how primary sports team leaders lead, and some tips to improve your skills. Now you can apply the communication skills needed to be an effective leader in situations you require for your team. Knowing how to efficiently lead can help move your team towards success and build relationships with your fellow teammates. This is the reasons why we play sports in the first place.